Yeah, this is Bang Bang Rahal. Please press the like button and subscribe. Yeah, years ago, I was in the scrubs. I was on remand. I think it was, what is it, C-Wing, I think. I was A-Wing, so I was on remand in A-Wing. And, just started my sentence. Bumped into this geezer called Kenny Beagle. Started talking to him. This geezer looked a lump, he had massive big legs. I see him, his legs are huge, yeah, powerful legs. Walks like funny, like 10 past 2 feet, you know what I mean? Dodgy. Bit of a stroll on him. No one really, he didn't really say anything. He wasn't a flash geezer or nothing like that. And just one day, as I say, I'm in the scrubs, I've got a good job, I'm in the water. He comes in and gets his water and bits and pieces. I started talking to him. I said, you do a bit of lifting, mate? He went, yeah, mate. And that was it. It was gone. Nothing, no conversation, nothing. So I happened to get down the gym and I'm going down there and he's down there, Kenny Beagle, with another guy who's got a bad leg. This big guy, I forget his name. I wish I knew his name. He's a well-known guy. He's powerhouse, yeah. And he had a dodgy shoulder. But like Ken, a very powerful man. And his geezer was squatting phenomenal weights. I mean, phenomenal weights. Ken and him, yeah, phenomenal weights. I was just doing little bits and pieces. I'm used to all training because of my wide P's and all this, that and the other. And Kenny came over to me, he said, listen, he said, are you interested in getting in the powerlifting team? Because he said, we've got a powerlifting team in the scrubs. He said, you want to get in it? I said, yeah, can I? He said, look, even if you get shipped out, it's something for you. He said, not only can you come down and use the gym, but you also get to use the gym as a powerlifter, so you get more time in the gym. Do you fancy that? I said, yeah, I'm up for that. So the first time I went down there, it got me on the squats. Them two are such powerful squatters, really powerful, and right down the back about, mate. They got me on the squats. I'm one of these people that can't squat. I fall forward, I can't help it. I lift up with my back and my neck. I can't help it. I'm a bad squat. Got power. My legs don't seem very strong. I take it all on my back. Where's the power in my back? Anyway, you still got it on your legs, obviously, But listen, when I finished, I could hardly walk. My legs was in a right bad way. I just, honestly, when I say I couldn't walk, I mean I couldn't walk. I was taking it easy. And because I was in the freeze, yeah, I mean, I got to come down to the twos, that's it, because I was in the water, or the ones of the twos I was in. And when I walked up the stairs, because I was upstairs on the twos of the freeze, but, mate, I couldn't get up the stairs. I couldn't get up the stairs. I did eventually get upstairs, but it took me forever to get up. I was in a bad way. And when I got in my cell, being free up ain't a good thing when you're in pain as well, yeah. I like to get onto the top, but you know what I mean? I'm on my mind anyway. So get onto the top, but I'm just want to cry out. I'm in so much pain, really pain. But after 2 or 3 days, the pain goes. I'm in there with Kenny Beagle and this other guy and someone else was training all the time. Got to know Kenny Beagle very well. Never really got to know what he was in for. He never really said anything to me about that. I might have asked him. He might have, just shrugged it off or whatever. I remember me telling him what I was in for, but he never really told me what he was in for at that time. But as I said, I looked into his eyes. Kenny Beagle had a funny look about him, mate. He just, just a weird look. Look at him and go, oh, there's something not right. Not like he's a paedophile, but there's something not right. He's a bit danger there, yeah. Anyway, I get sentenced. I go to, still in A-Wing, but I go to the other side of A-Wing. That's where all my trouble starts, with the Indians and all that upstairs. And I'll get shipped to Albany. Then I have that trouble in Albany and I'll get shipped to Chelsea prison. After all me doing the circuits, all the different prisons, I go to Chelsea. Go to Chelsea. I'm on the wing. with Toby Ludlow and Dave Potter, they come and see me, give me bits and pieces, Ronnie Benders and all them I go and see. And I go, talk to them. And on the freeze, I looked up and I see this geezer and I went, nah, can't be Kenny Beagle, because it seemed like forever. It seems like, do you know, like he's done a bit of birds, hasn't you? He's been away. You think, oh, how long has he been away for? You know what I mean? But he must have been away, 4 years, 4 years, something like that. And I think he was doing quite a big sentence at the time. I'm not quite sure really. I can't really remember. I didn't really ask him. But when I looked up to him and I said, oh, Ken. And he looked down and said, hello, Ray, come up. He said, mind the stairs. That was a joke, you know what I mean? So I come upstairs and went in his cell. His cell was spotless. His cell was like glass, spotless. And he sat in there, had a cup of tea, talked to him about this and talked to him about that. He went, are you still training? I said, yes, mate. I said, I ain't seen you down the gym, Ken. I've been down a few times. He said, yeah. He said, sometimes I get bored with it, mate. I said, can I start coming back down? Anyway, he come back down and he got on the stage with me, with about 4 or 5 other people. Mickey Francis is his name, this guy. Powerful, it's Mickey Francis, powerful lifter. A couple of black guys, powerful. A Greek guy, powerful. All powerful lifters. But I mean, it was for the powerlifting team. And Kenny got on there for the powerlifting team, and he was just unbelievable squatter. I mean, I see him squatting maybe nearly 500 pounds. It's a lot of weight, 500 pounds. And, for 2s and 3s. It's a lot of weight. I think Kenny Beagle went about 13.5 stone, something like that time, maybe 14 stone. Muscular. His body was just muscular, like all everything. Labs, deltoids, chest muscles, biceps, triceps. All this is just, even his head was all muscular, big jaw, like thing. And he got on the powerlifting team and he was really, really strong, Ken. But he's one of them people, Ken, that he done what he wanted to do and no one could change his mind. He just, and sometimes he pissed me off, yeah. Me and him was mates. He got in a rugby team with me. We used to play rugby. I've seen Kenny Beagle have a few fights with people on the rugby field. Everybody does. Lets their testosterone out, don't they? But Ken could have a right fight. I mean, he was like into this martial art thing, and he was all that, but he could have, he was quite good at it, mate, and he could have a right fight, Ken. And anyway, when he was into the rugby really, really, really big with me, yeah, but we used to go to the gym, we used to get powerlifting time, we used to go to the gym more than other people because the powerlifters. And one day, goes in the gym, and we was having a competition. Ken don't show up. So, also the screws said, right, they're shouting out for Beagle and all that. We go back from the wing, and we're in the gym, and he comes back to the PO and says he ain't Taylor. I think it was Johnson or Taylor. I can't remember now. And he said, no, he don't want to do it no more. And this is a competition. He don't want to do it. I said, yeah, but you've got to come down and do the competition. It's a lot. He said, no, he don't want to do it no more. Oh, I thought, hold up. He's one of the best ones at the squats, you know what I mean? And he, I mean, why? I mean, I used to bench 3 plates easy, and anyway. So he didn't lift. We didn't have the competition. The competition got pushed aside. When I would come back to the wing upstairs, I said, what's up with you? He said, listen, if I don't want to do it, that's the sort of geezer he was. If I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. And he said, don't try and tell me what I can and can't do. I'm my own person. I said, hold up, Ken. I said, what's all that about then? He went, I'm telling you, he had a bit of a funny way about him. That's what I'm saying. I looked into his eyes when I was in the scrubbers and I thought he wasn't correct, mate. There's something not right there, yeah? And I thought, wow, hold up. He said, listen, if I don't want to do it, I won't do it. And there's nothing you can say, Ray, to change my mind. All right, leave me alone. And I went out, just walked down the stairs, went in my cell, and I thought, this geezer, he's not the right ticket, mate. And the next 3 or 4 days went down the gym, he wasn't down there. And then this day, we was on the stage, me, Mickey Francis, Mickey Lawrence, something like Mickey Lawrence, that's it. On the stage, we've got another geezer called Garth, big black geezer, powerful, mate. Another guy, Greek guy, good squatter. And we got a little powerlifting team, again, 3 or 4 days, someone else, I think it was Garth who come up and started on it. Good squatter, Garth, yeah. And I'm looking on the floor, and there's Kenny Beagle, right, got Olympic weights on the floor. Jimmy Tibbs is there doing his training with his son. You know, he's mucking about with 2 plates on the bench as if it's nothing, just smashing it out. And there's Kenny Beagle doing Olympic lifting, doing all Olympic lifting, snatches, cleans and jerks and all that, presses and all that. And he's really, really powerful, Ken. And I went and shouted out to him, see you, you're that, yeah? And I was just like, and he was going mad, Ken, you know what I mean? He went, I'll see you when you get back to the wing. I went, leave off, Ken. He went, I'll see you when you get back to the wing, mate. I thought, hold up, what's going on? It's going to go well, you know, we're going to have a fight. So I got back to the wing, I went up to his cell, and he's sitting there, like, he was like, do you know, it was just, I don't know, mate, what it was. And he went, don't ever do that again, you understand me? He said, don't ever mug me off in front of other people. He said, you want to mug me off, you come down and mug me off. You don't shout at me from the stage to where I'm working out, yeah? You understand that way? You don't mug me off, yeah? What can you do? What can you do? He's a mate. You know what I mean? He's a mate. I don't want to, like, fall out of him over that. And he's correct. What he's saying, don't mug me off in front of other people. If you're going to mug me off, you want to talk to me, come down and talk to me. Don't shout, I ain't an idiot. You know he's a proper man. You know what he's telling you is how it is. You don't do that. You don't mug me off in front of other people. And then, you know, and then things go on, and the greatest thing that I see, when he was, we didn't really say too much being there, Ken, after that, really. But when they had the ballerinas in Chelmsford Prison, and everyone had come, and it was so good to see Kenny Beagle. He's funny, Ken. He's so funny to see Kenny Beagle with a shirt and a tie. You know what I mean? And he's got his big shoulders. I mean, powerful, defined. You know, you could see everything in the shirt. He looked good, yeah. And there he was there, all done up. And I laughed. I looked at him. I started laughing. And you could see a little giggle, a little snigger on his little face. But we didn't really talk too much after that, Ken. Me and Ken, after me had that little row, yeah. He never got back on the powerlifting team. It was always downstairs doing the Olympic lifting and all that. Good badminton player. I don't know what it is. I was the worst badminton player ever. But a lot of these long-termers, they become good badminton. Ronnie Bender, fantastic player, badminton. But he had a little bit of a dodgy leg. Jimmy Tibbs, the old man, fantastic badminton player. It was loads of there, really, really good badminton players. And there's a few names that people have forgot their names, you know, like people, proper gangsters, you forget their names, you know. And then the Fire, we had the Fire, but before that we had Sex Pistols. Kenny Beagle, Kenny Beagle was one of them people that don't like to be mugged off, and he just didn't like it by anybody. He was his own person, mate, and by anybody wouldn't stand it. And when the Sex Pistols come in and all this, that and the other, and they started talking to us and shouting out to us, you're all this, you're all that, letting these people bang you up, look at them and all that. It was like muggy stages for Ken. And Kenny Beagle was one of the first guys to stand up. And I think if we'd all have gone into one, I think Kenny Beagle would have been the first one there, and he'd whip the guy's head off, you know what I mean? Because the screws got on the button straight away. There wasn't many screws in there anyway. They all come rushing in. They can't do nothing. They ain't going to do nothing to a load of nuts in the gym. But everybody just buckled down. You could see Kenny Beagle was really pissed off of it. And after that, then there was fire, and we all went to the scrubs. No, sorry, all went to Wandsworth. I was the only one to go to the scrubs later because I trod on the chief's foot, and my brother knows his brother, his son, and all this, that, and the other anyway. And when we went to Wandsworth, I went on the freeze. Kenny Beagle and a few other people was the people that got all the beds, lockers, cabinets, and threw them on the cage, on the nets, yeah. Wow, man. See Kenny Beagle going on, really mad. I mean, just ripping the bed to pieces, mate. Just tear it, just flying the bed over the top. And there's hardly any staff. I think they've got about 4 wings, yeah. There's hardly any staff there as such. And you've got people that long-termers that have done maybe 10 years, and they want to bang them up free-handed in a cell. It ain't on, mate. It ain't on, and people, and they ain't got none of their stuff, none of their radios, record player. We couldn't have them anyway, but they ain't going to stand with it. And then they was flying all this stuff over the landing, going mad. Kenny Beagle, I remember they put Kenny Beagle into a single cell. Kenny Beagle just went apeshit, mate. He could have, I'm surprised he never even ripped the door off. He was so powerful, mate. And that's the last time. I got shipped out to the scrubs, and that was the last time I heard about Kenny Beagle. And about, a year and a half ago, I think I'd done a podcast or video on my YouTube where I mentioned certain people in Chelmsford Prison. This is about one person, Kenny Beagle. And I get to find out then that Kenny Beagle used to be a hitman. And that was what he done, mate. He was a top hitman for drug dealers. Anybody owed money, mate, for drug dealers, he was on your case and he would top you. He killed so many people, Kenny Beagle. Just killed so many people. And he became, I suppose, at the end of it, they put him on a big drugs thing to collect a lot of drugs. This is what I've been told. This is what you get to hear. That instead of doing what he's supposed to have done, he'd done the hit or the hits on his people, killed them, but nicked the drugs. Rather than give the drugs back to the people with the money, he took the money and the drugs. It wasn't 100% that he did do that, but obviously so, they were thinking that he did or whatever, I don't know how it went, yeah. But anyway, whatever happened, no one knows. Evidently, he got a phone call. He went to a hospital in Ilford to meet these people in the car park to, collect money or whatever he had to do. And they hit him. And they shot him twice in the head and killed him stone dead. And I've only just found that out. Well, not only just, I found that out about a year and a half ago, maybe longer than that. But I'm gutted, I'm gutted that he went that way, Kenny Beagle. But he was a top hitman, and this what happens, mate. If you're a top hitman, I suppose in the end of the day, there's someone else out there who's going to top you, innit? And that's what happened. Anyway, Kenny Beagle was my mate. And that's one of the other guys, that's another guy to my list in Chelmsford Prison. I'll do another one tomorrow. I might do something else today, something little. But I'll do another one tomorrow. I'm not quite sure who I'm going to do. I might do Terry Millman, involved with the diamond. Anyway, so I'll have a nice day, and please, if you like it, subscribe it, yeah? Have a nice day. Take care, nice one.